What's up, guys? This is Mark Russell, and today we are going to talk about something that is very important for tree services to understand if an insurance company and for homeowners, if an insurance company balks at the price that a tree service has charged homeowners, I want to let you know that there is a potential that if something goes to court, you can lose on your permanent record by getting a judgment. And even though the insurance company is paying for the attorney, they don't lose. So this is what we're going to talk about today, guys, is a joint representation conflict waiver that allows homeowners and tree services to join together to bring a lawsuit against a insurance company who has potentially given an opinion on what the cost of tree service should have been after the work has already been done, after the homeowner has already performed their duties after a loss as stated within their insurance policy, and after the tree service has extended the tools and the labor in good faith to take care and make a homeowner safe. And then at the very end, the insurance company comes in and says, oh, we think that's too much money, we're not going to pay, and has somehow convinced the homeowner, don't worry, we'll send our attorneys in to argue this for you. Homeowner, let me tell you that if you have the attorneys arguing on your behalf and a penny more, the judge says a penny more than what's been offered, unfortunately, that will be a judgment against you, but not a judgment against the insurance company. And to me, my opinion is that's unjust. That is not justice. It is not an okay thing. So my name's Mark Russell. I'm the CEO of Clarity Market. And I have spent an awful lot of money to build a marketplace to demonstrate and answer one single question, and that is, what is reasonable? Our goal and our mission at Clarity Market is to keep homeowners safe with trees hitting their house. We have a lot of other products that are coming that are not going to be just around trees. But right now, this is how we launched. I'm an ISA certified arborist. I've been in the tree business for 27, 28 years. I'm also a licensed insurance adjuster. I love computer programming. And over the course of my career, I've seen multiple homeowners who have died after storms from struck by hazards of dangerous trees. And I know from experience that when they're in their backyards cleaning up trees, what happens is that insurance companies tell them over the phone, there's $500 to remove that tree. And unfortunately, that $500 pertains to the hauling of the debris off the premises, which means the acreage and the house, the debris hauling fee, not the lifting of the tree off the fence, off the porch, off the house. And I know of several instances where homeowners, I believe, have been killed after they've been told there's only $500. So I only have one life to live, and I'm not going to meet my maker, even at the cost of damaging my personal business here in Atlanta, because I've been teaching tree guys about this whole process, and it's cost my personal tree service business of gaining business. Because now I have a lot more competitors who get online signable contracts, whereas I used to enjoy pretty much being the only one. But when I get into eternity, I'm going to have to answer, did you do everything to serve the people around you? And so I've made it my mission to teach my brothers in the tree industry, and I want to teach you the mechanics, because there is a gigantic shift, and this is the shift. The carriers the insurance carriers have grown accustomed to a place of darkness, which means basically they hold all the cards. And that's with you, homeowners. You don't know what your policy says regarding your duties after a loss on mitigating. You don't know your rights. And the carriers have gone state by state and they've eliminated something that's called an assignment of benefits that basically gave the contractors who were serving you the ability, if a dispute arises, to bring the carriers and hold the carriers accountable for a dispute of value. And they've eliminated that out of the court. And just this last week, I realized that there is something detrimental. And that is, and I have a court case coming up this Monday. And unfortunately, I have to bring the homeowner to court. And what I learned and what my heart grieves over is if I get 1 penny more than what this insurance carrier has suggested, like super randomly, 1/4 of the offer, 1/4 offer of what I invoice for, if in court the judge judges for 1 penny more, then my company gets a judgment on this homeowner, and that judgment goes on his permanent record, and that is not okay. But the problem is, when I serve someone in good faith, I am not going to run my business according to the multi-billion-dollar conglomerate insurance company who will stop at nothing for profits, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but it seems that way to me. So let's just go over it, guys. I'm going to just talk to you just a little bit about how, real quick, I'm going to introduce you to Clarity Market. I'm going to show you how it works, and then we're going to dive into it because every one of your tree services, I've got a solution that you're really going to appreciate. Guys, this is Clarity Market. It is the world's first online marketplace of tree services that post their rate publicly. You can go anywhere in the country, you hit search this area, and it will bring up tree services everywhere. Now, the beautiful part about Clarity Market is it allows you to see their rates. Stumps Are Us, as an example, up in Tennessee. You can go to Stumps Are Us. You can say, let's see your pricing. It lists out their minimum. It lists out their hourly rate. You can go anywhere and you can see anybody's pricing. The beautiful part about this, guys, and I mean, it is a movement. There's close to 1,000 tree guys on the system. And the point being is this system allows for a homeowner to actually build out an example and say, hey, let's look at a calculator. Let's clear it out, apply filter. Everybody goes to 0 and just says, hey, show me a 4-hour job with a climber, a chipper truck, an equipment trailer, a leaf blower. Let's take the bucket truck out. Let's say a chipper, couple ground workers to run the ropes, and then some chainsaws. Let's say like, 4 hours on chainsaws. And you hit apply filter and watch this, guys. Now, all of a sudden, you can shop around and see all of this. Is the best way to understand how much the marketplace. It's like eBay meets Uber. Like eBay showing you the price and Uber delivering it. And this is the most beautiful part, guys. The nice part is it's like when you go to eBay and you say, hey, show me boxing gloves, and then you check this little box that says down here, show me only sold items, it can show you, hey, this is where buyers and sellers came together. We're working on this. Right now we have comparables for asking price. So if you take that out, and then it's going to show you this is the asking price. Okay, we're working on showing the sold items. That's another set of comparables. And I'm getting a little bit offline here, but my point, guys, is this. I've spent a lot of money building this software so that I can serve, and so the Clarity Market can serve homeowners and keep them safe. That's the heart behind it. That's what we do. That's why we do it, is that homeowners can stay safe. Even just yesterday, I had someone in North Carolina, a tree service, called me, said, hey, there's a tree on a house. What can I do? Because he's saying he wants to get quotes. I said, hey, just send him the contract. The homeowner took the contract, sent it to the insurance company. The insurance company kind of added up the numbers, said, oh, $8,000. The tree is on the house. $8,000, that's too much money. And I'm sorry, guys. The American public should not stand for allowing a for-profit insurance company mandating that a homeowner or pushing a homeowner to stay in a dangerous situation because people can die. And that is not safe. It's not a safe working area. It's a hard hat area. You can't even force workers to get into certain areas like this. And guys with ties who have no idea about how dangerous this situation, who have upper management pressure to retain costs because they'll lose their job. This is the system we're in. We'll tell a homeowner, nope, go get more bids. And so the poor homeowner is scared. They don't know about Clarity Market. And so they subject the FedEx worker, the people in the neighborhood, the looky-loos, potential trespassers who come across their property. That tree could fail. It could go down through the house and hurt their family. That's it. So that's the heart behind Clarity Market. Let's get into the joint representation so that we can get to the meat of what we're talking about. The first thing, guys, that I got to give introduction to when I spoke with... Well, I'll just give introduction into this. Above all else, tree services do not, this little disclaimer that's right below me, I mean it on this one. Do not have a homeowner sign this apart from having an attorney walk them through and making sure that your attorney and your homeowner and you are all on the same page. That is a really big red flag. Do not do it. Do not take the form that's linked in this bio and think that it is an example document only to show you what can be done to protect the homeowner. Okay, so I'm going to show you the document, but I want to just re-emphasize. There was a situation, I'm not going to name it, where there was a tree service who was getting literally having legal forms signed by homeowners that was introducing them to an attorney when they had never even met the attorney to begin with. And it was a big mess. And the attorney got sanctions against them because of that. So I'm just emphasizing, guys, if you're going to introduce this joint representation conflict letter, make sure that your attorney is put in touch in a way that is not you getting it signed. Your attorney needs to be involved. I've said enough about it. So let's just look at it real quick, guys. So here's the idea, guys. This is it. And it effectively talks about this. This effectively talks about the idea that the two parties can have disagreements. They recognize that, hey, look, we're going into this. We recognize we have two different opposing opinions. We're going to try to work together to bring the case of this dispute for the money against the carrier so that the tree service or the roofer or the whoever doesn't have to put a judgment on the homeowner. Okay? And this is the best case for the homeowner. Okay? And so it just goes into these releases. It goes into these releases so that, and the problem is once, to a degree, once you enter in, if the two parties break up, tree service, from my understanding, it means that your original attorney has to go away because he's represented both you guys. And now all of a sudden, if y'all can't figure it out, then you have to get a new person and they have to get a new person. But I'm going to put this link in the bio, okay? And I'm going to send this out to everybody. And I'm going to talk just a little bit. I'm going to land the plane here. Okay, there is a gigantic shift, guys, that's happening. Again, the carriers have been very accustomed to disconnection, to operating where each claim, they say it all the time, each claim is on its own merits. Clarity Market is bringing something very soon where each claim is not going to be on its own merits. I've got one life to live. And I don't like it when I hear on my recorded lines that an adjuster says something, yes, 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 and then a year later he says, "Oh, I've never even heard of that before." And I'm like, "Bro, let me play back when you said yes a year ago to these exact same rates." "Oh, I forgot," or "Oh, I kind of say that all the time. I'm sorry." Like, bro, it's so gross. I've had a friend of mine had an SIU guy call him, and he's like, "I've never seen something so high." And he's like, "Wait just a second. A year ago, you said the same thing to me." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I just kind of always open up with that." Guys, that's deception. Okay? They are trained, the insurance carriers, at some of them, not all of them, they're trained to retain cost. And some of them even use SIU as intimidation tactics. Former FBI agents, former police investigators come into homeowners and intimidate them. We're doing an investigation. And when we're doing everything we can on our side to deploy equipment at the peril of going bankrupt, $2 million worth of gear for a small little company to go serve some homeowners. And if we don't get paid, my kids don't go to college. And these multi-billion-dollar companies, I mean, it's expensive. $1,000 a month to insure my crane, whether it moves or not. It just sits there. And I'm paying $1,000 a month just to insure it. And I can't change that. Those have costs. They're real costs. And just because an insurance carrier wants to make up some numbers out of a database of oftentimes some of their data, guys, y'all can go back and watch some of my videos, but their data is not, I can tell you this, their data is not this. Okay, this is actual arm's length transactions. So guys, look, we're living in a day and age where I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say corporate giants have big corporate interests and are very pushy at times. And I think Tree Services, you bring this letter to your attorney and you present it with love to the homeowners that you served. And you said, "I don't want you to get a judgment, even for a penny, because you shouldn't come out of this in a way that harms you and your credit for your future credit. You shouldn't have that happen." And at the end of the day, guys, if you do the math, look, especially with me, I'm going to pay for the attorney either way. I will personally pay. If the carrier has a differing opinion, okay, fine. Let's go before a judge. I'm willing to do that. But I think that it should be me and the homeowner going to the carrier who has the differing opinion. Because if the judge says, "Hey, this is reasonable," and we've demonstrated reasonable, because this is the thing, guys, especially on this case coming up on Monday, here's the thing that's crazy about it. When we go to court, I'm not going to be able to bring up anything about the insured's policy. I won't be able to bring up anything about duties after a loss. And see, the homeowner doesn't know that. The homeowner doesn't know that when we go before a judge, if I start bringing up, "Judge, this should be covered because his policy covers it," because the judge will say, "Nope, that is another contract that doesn't pertain to the contract that you signed with the homeowner." And so that's how the carrier could potentially, not does, but that's how not all light comes in, because it's two separate contracts that are sort of tied together. And the homeowner should not be put in the middle. And the carrier is by virtue of fighting, is sacrificing to a degree, one way or another. If the homeowner doesn't know that when the judgment comes down that it's going to be against the homeowner, because the homeowner could just as easily say, "Hey, look, if you're paying for the legal and you'll accept whatever the judge says, why wouldn't the homeowner join with me to bring the suit against the carrier?" That just simply makes way more sense, because it protects the financial position of the homeowner, which is the purpose of insurance to begin with. Guys, I'm sorry that this video went so long. I'm very passionate. And I'm sad at the case that I can't simply just hold the carriers accountable in Georgia like they used to be able to do before AOBs got thrown under the bus. It makes me sad. And I hope that this joint representation letter and this video will serve every tree service and will serve every roofer mitigation tarping company, will serve every flood company for the states that don't have AOBs. Because there should never be a lawsuit that gets brought against a homeowner when a for-profit company that's potentially basing their numbers off of a database with inflated unit costs that don't accurately represent actual real costs. In those cases, a homeowner should never have to pay the consequences of that. That's it, guys. There much love coming from Clarity Market to every homeowner out there, to every tree service. Guys, I have maybe a little bit of an inflated desire for justice. That's all I want to see. I want to see homeowners taken care of, kept safe. I love the tree guys. I'm a tree guy myself. And I want to make sure that your families are taken care of. And at the end of the day, if the carriers want to save money, they can do it by either not paying their executives so much, maybe tamping down their advertising budgets, maybe finding some more efficient way to run claims. Whatever it is, they can adjust their numbers, but they should never adjust their numbers, in my opinion, by throwing their own homeowners under the bus if that's what's happening. That's it, guys. I needed to make this video. You can check out the link is a document. Again, I'll reemphasize, do not ever, tree services, ever get a homeowner to sign this apart from bringing in legal counsel. None of this is legal advice, even though the whole thing is about legal. Talk to your attorneys. Homeowners, talk to your attorneys. I hope that the homeowners and the tree services can get together to simply establish what's reasonable. And we at Clarity Market are busy trying to calculate the numbers to give multiple different types of comps so that you guys can demonstrate to judges when necessary that, hey, this was the reasonable cost incurred, because that's the one word. Was it reasonable? Was it not? And let the judge decide. But never should we have the homeowner have to suffer for that. And in this way, we can prevent it. Guys, I love you. Take care. And please share this video around because we're here to serve you guys. You guys take it easy. Bye-bye.